Welcome to the Enhancement Talent Podcast.
Any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance.
You're only half the man that I am, and I have half the brain that you do.
What?
You are a sniveling little suck-up sellout full of suffering succotash, son.
What?
I'm not burning with you.
Give me a hell yeah.
We are on the road to WrestleMania. Welcome, everyone, to the Enhancement Talent Podcast, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. We appreciate you stopping by. I am your host, Brock Fluker, and I'm joined by Chris Kirby.
Yay, me.
We planned on doing this on the road. That didn't exactly happen. I don't think we were in the condition to do that.
No.
Instead, we came here. I slept for 17 hours in this hotel, and now here we are.
Yeah.
It was a good drive up here.
It was a good drive. It was a long drive.
Yeah. I mean, you figure we probably went
It was
like 11 hours.
It was about 12 and a half altogether.
Yeah.
But, you know, how long did we sit in traffic in
Yeah.
those metro areas?
Lots of traffic.
But, you know, when you just started this, I thought you were going to say, you know, we're on the road to WrestleMania. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Like Cole would.
Yeah, the Cole intro.
Yeah.
But today, we're not going to do any reviews for the last Raw or SmackDown, mostly because I didn't watch them.
And I did, and there wasn't much to report. They were both typical go-home shows.
Which means they weren't very good.
I mean, the only thing good was the fight at the end of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, which wasn't even the main event.
No.
They ended Raw with Baron Corbin versus Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Which, of course...
That was your go-home angle to WrestleMania.
And because of that, Ray got hurt.
Yes. So, doubly bad.
Yeah, because Angle can't fight his own battles.
Alright, so basically all we're going to do for today, we're going to preview and predict the all 16 as it stands right now on Friday. We'll see if they add another one to make it 17 for Sunday.
Make it an even 20. Let's just keep us there for 12 hours.
I don't see why not.
I mean, they got food, they got bathrooms. Hand out pillows, we'll all be good.
Alright, so we're going to do our preview and predictions. We're gonna. I even have it kind of in order. I've got all the pre-show matches first, starting with the one that the annual tradition is that we both just say Buddy Murphy and move on.
Oh yeah, that's the tradition on every pay-per-view.
Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese for the Cruiserweight title.
I don't even know who Tony Nese is, so we know who my prediction is.
Well, I think you'd remember him.
Oh, I probably would
when you see him. But he's like muscle guy.
Mm.
The one that whatever, but nonetheless, they did a tournament on 205 Live to get here, and Tony Nese beat Cedric Alexander in the final, which I was disappointed by because I would have liked to see Cedric versus Tony Nese, or not Cedric versus Tony Nese, Cedric versus Buddy Murphy on this show. But
maybe next pay-per-view.
But I don't really know, just because I feel like Buddy Murphy could move up to a main roster now. But
we have room for another one on the main roster.
And Cedric Alexander could too. I think both of those guys, there's not a lot left for them to do on 205 Live.
I don't know. I mean, there's only so much you can do on one brand.
Yeah.
A smaller minor league brand.
Yeah, even though it's not supposed to be.
I know, but, I mean, you know it is.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look how Ali was when he came up. I mean, he did great.
Yeah.
As a 205er.
Yeah. It just depends if they have something for them to do, really. You could end up like the 10,000 NXT call-ups that have done nothing.
Like everybody.
Which we'll see in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
That's why they were called up, just for the Battle Royal.
Yeah, they just needed spots.
Yeah.
Okay, so Are you going Murphy?
I'm going Murphy.
I'll go with Murphy as well. Just because I don't want to lose a point to you if I go contrary on a match I don't even know anything about.
Oh, why is that? Because we're always so close?
We are.
We really are.
We have the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, which wasn't even announced until this week.
Yeah.
And I'll go through the participants here that are announced via Wikipedia. We have Dana Brooke, Mickie James, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Zelina Vega, and Nikki Cross.
That's not very many.
Yeah, that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Isn't that usually 20?
Yeah, I'm sure there will be a good bits that are not announced.
Obviously, like we heard coming up here, they might bring in some from NXT or UK.
NXT, UK, or wherever else.
Or NXT, India.
I think Lacey Evans is not announced. I suspect that she will make her long walk out. Like, how I envision it is the bell is about to ring and then Lacey Evans' music hits and she acts like she's going to do the whole walk to the ring and walk back, except this time she's going to get in the ring.
Wow. You know how many people might faint?
That might get the biggest pop of the night as soon as she gets in the ring.
But it'd be even better if she got knocked out as soon as she got in. Nothing against her, but just to make a good point, You interrupt matches all the time, you think you're going to get in here and win?
Yeah.
Well, screw you. You're going to get in, you're going to get out.
Well, I have 2 theories on how this match will go.
Good or bad?
One's
think good, one's bad.
Well, both of them are bad, if I'm honest.
Oh.
The first one is that since Asuka lost her women's title to Charlotte 2 weeks before this show, that they'll throw her a bone and let her win this battle royal. Congratulations! Here's a battle royal win.
But the winner doesn't get anything except the uterus cup.
Yeah. So really, there's not much points.
No.
There's not really any point in anyone winning. It's not like this. It's not like this ever skyrockets careers.
Yeah, I mean,
if you look at the men's battle royal, Cesaro, Big Show, Baron Corbin, Matt Hardy. It never leads to anything.
No, they just
Mojo Rawley.
They're just able to use the accolade that they won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yeah,
but at least their trophy looks like a trophy.
Yeah. But my other possibility is that Lacey Evans will eliminate Asuka at the end and win that way.
I honestly see that more than Asuka winning because Asuka's been cold.
Yeah,
she has been ice cold, kind of like the temperature is outside.
Yes.
So why not? She's cold. Why even try to warm her up right now at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Let Lacey throw Asuka out to win, and they have a feud.
And then they feud after that. That's what I was going to say.
And then whoever wins that feud can challenge for whoever has the SmackDown Women's title.
Yeah. So, that being said, I'm going to go with Lacey.
I'm going to actually go with Lacey, too, because they put her off long enough getting in the ring for a reason.
Yeah.
It's not just because they had nothing to do.
And originally, they planned on this WrestleMania match being Lacey Evans versus Asuka, apparently.
Yeah.
At some point, at least.
I think Lacey's going to be the chosen one here.
All right, so then we have the men's battle royal, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
For Jonathan. Is he in it?
You keep calling him Jonathan.
Or Nicholas, sorry. I don't even know what the hell's Jonathan.
Anyway, maybe he'll make the save for Braun.
Oh, there you go. He'll come in and lift him up.
Yeah. So, for this match, it has been built around Braun Strowman versus the SNL Dorks.
Dork 1 and Dork 2.
Yep. Michael Che and Colin Jost.
So, we listened to that show yesterday, and he called them Dorks. Was he talking about these two?
Yeah.
Did he get that from us?
No. I'd imagine not.
Okay.
I don't think Saul Munster listens to us.
Well, we called them Dorks last week.
But I think he called them, goofs or something.
Oh, I thought it was Dorks.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Either way.
Either way, that's the only 3 ever advertised for this.
Yeah, until this week.
Yeah.
And
pretty much everybody from Raw.
Yeah. So, I don't know if either of us are going to go on the limb and say one of them are going to win the Battle Royal. Because
no.
I halfway feel like it's a possibility. But
really?
I kind of feel like Colin Jost might win the Battle Royal.
You really think so?
I'm not going to pick it, but
okay.
I feel like it could happen.
Okay, it's just a feeling.
Yeah. So, all of the names, to go through them, we have Braun Strowman, Michael Che, Colin Jost, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze, Jinder Mahal, Noah Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Kalisto, Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Rhino, Victor, Connor of the Ascension, Andrade, Ali, Mustafa, Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Otis, Tucker, EC3.
You notice that only 7 of those people are from SmackDown?
Yeah, it is largely Raw.
I don't even know who to pick. I can't picture any of the free agents.
Those are the NXT ones.
Yeah, the Tucker, Knight, and EC3.
Yeah.
Now, if EC2 was around, maybe.
Well, they're not doing anything with EC3, so he's not winning.
No, he's the new Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah, he's there to lose.
I really don't see anybody coming up a winner except maybe Strowman.
Yeah, I feel like that's where you have to go with.
I mean, he's like the only top card person in the match.
Yeah, supposed to be top card.
Well, yeah. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Strowman here.
But bonus question, who gets thrown out the quickest?
Either Carl Anderson or Luke Gallows.
Really?
Yeah, they're leaving. They'll throw them out in 5 seconds.
That's true. They're in there for filler.
Or maybe EC3. I could see them doing a spot where they eliminate EC3 first.
Yeah, because you know it's not going to be the 2 celebrities. They're going to get their asses whooped first. At least a little bit.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it'll come down to Braun, Che, and Jost at the end.
Well, then we know who won.
Yeah. But I just feel like there's some way that they do like some fluke way, like someone that gets eliminated comes back in and eliminates Braun.
Oh.
And then that just leaves Che and Jost turns on Che and throws him over and gets the win.
But I don't think a celebrity's ever won a Battle Royal.
Not ever won, probably not.
Therefore, I can't see it happening now. Maybe,
but that is WWE today. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Like this would be the epitome of WWE today if they have one of them win.
Well, that's true. I just don't see it.
Just for heat.
Well,
imagine the heat.
Have they not got enough heat with Vince McMahon and Kofi situation? Doesn't WWE have enough heat on that?
So Kevin Owens is not in this match, and he does not have a match on the show, in fact.
So maybe we'll get a WrestleMania KO show.
He doesn't even have his signature KO Mania t-shirt this year.
And it's weird because he's been back for a while.
Yeah.
What, a couple months?
Since
month and a half?
Going into Fastlane.
So about a month and a half?
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously that's kind of last minute. It was meant to be his spot to go against Daniel Bryan at Mania, but that had to change. And for good reason. Oh, yeah.
But
that doesn't mean he can't come in and somehow interfere in the match.
Yeah, we'll see.
Even if, I mean, I know who I'm picking to choose it, but he could come in and somehow interfere or something for the next night on Raw or the next pay-per-view.
On SmackDown.
Get something set up. Or get SmackDown.
Yeah.
You know, just set something up for the next time.
We'll see. I would think he'll have some sort of appearance.
Oh, you know he will. It's KO.
So we have the SmackDown Tag Title match is the Usos defending against Rico Black, Aleister Black and Ricochet, The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro,
Naksev.
And, something like that.
Yeah, Naksev.
Rusev and Nakamura. And,
Rusamura?
Yeah. Why Ricochet and Aleister Black are in this match makes absolutely no sense.
It's just because they've been on such a roll that...
But why aren't they facing the Revival?
Well, because the Revival have opponents.
But they didn't until just, like, today. So, like, for the past month, they had the pay-per-view match, the triple threat tag or whatever it was, and they've beaten the Revival twice on television, and then this Monday, they got kind of cheated out of a count-out loss in a tag title match.
But if you remember, Alexa Bliss said this match was punishment for the Usos.
Yes.
So I think it's because all 4 teams were in that match that they just had, that, okay, well, now you're going to go against all 3 teams.
What I don't understand is why Alexa Bliss made that announcement. And
why is she making matches? She's a host.
I feel like the original plan was for Vince McMahon to make that announcement, though. Because wouldn't it make sense for Vince to be pissed off about the Usos going against the match that he put them in?
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, maybe they're keeping Vince off TV after the whole, what's his name? The last week Tonight Show. I don't remember his
John
name.
Oliver?
Yes, John Oliver. There you go. Maybe they were keeping him off TV because he wasn't on SmackDown at all. He wasn't out during the Kofi Kingston thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they're keeping him off TV after that, or if that's why, or if there's another reason why, and he was originally supposed to make this announcement. So I don't know.
But it's still weird that nobody from the McMahon family made this announcement.
Yeah.
Not Alexa Bliss. She's the host of WrestleMania.
Well, Triple H and Stephanie are baby faces.
But you can still make matches. And they could even say, per Vince McMahon, to put the heat on him.
Right.
And come on, I don't care if Stephanie's a face or not. Nobody likes her. I mean, let's face it.
No.
She has no business being out there.
No.
She's not that good on the mic, in my opinion.
Really?
She can talk some good crap, but I don't know.
I thought you always liked Stephanie.
No, not always.
Okay.
No, I mean sometimes she's good, sometimes she just sucks.
Yeah, I mean I've never cared for her when she just buries people,
and that's all she does. I mean, really.
So, yeah, this match doesn't have a lot of build to get into. Ricochet and Aleister Black have been on a roll.
No, it was announced that their permanent home will be announced on Monday.
Okay. I have not seen that.
I think it might have been announced on Raw or on SmackDown.
Okay. That makes sense then. The Bar, we've seen them as tag champs enough.
Yeah.
I even think that it might be time for them to do something else. Maybe separate
or switch brands.
Yeah.
Which could come, the shakeup's coming.
And Nakamura and Rusev are just a filler team, really.
Yeah, they're a throw-together team because they need another one. But they do work together.
And this, a loss for Rusev here could mean that he'll break the Great Khali's record for most consecutive pay-per-view losses.
Yeah, because he's lost like all of them.
Yeah, that was like 17 in a row or something ridiculous. So I'm going to go with the Usos to retain here.
You have to.
It's either them or Ricochet and Black. And I don't think they're going to move them yet.
I can't picture Rick and Black winning the titles. Not that they're not good enough, but we don't even know what show they're going to be on.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. You can't have, unless they're going on SmackDown because that's who they're facing.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. You have to go with Usos on this.
I don't know. Maybe they would do Ricochet and Black, though.
But, are they...
them being in this match is just out of nowhere, so
yeah.
I feel kind of inclined not to take them, but I'll stick with the Usos.
Okay.
But I feel like they might win. I'm not entirely sure. So it's one of those two.
Usos number 1, Rick and Black would be number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we have Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. They've built Drew McIntyre up into this devastating monster heel, taking out Dean Ambrose twice, stabbing him in the eye with a pencil.
Damn near kicking his head off through a rail.
Through a guardrail. And Roman Reigns, since he's come back, hasn't really done a whole lot other than this. They did the Shield match, and then after that, we went into the build for this match. There's no reason Roman Reigns isn't going to win here. As I said, the whole time leading up to this match, the only reason Drew is being built up is to be fed to the big dog.
Yeah.
So I think Roman wins this, and for bonus points, I think after this, Drew McIntyre goes back into obscurity.
Okay, I'll agree with the first part. I think Roman's going to win, but I can't see Drew just fading out.
Well, he'll still be around, but he won't be portrayed the same as he has been.
Yeah, and I just can't see that.
We'll see.
I think he'll find someone else to, go against or mess with.
He'll find someone else to lose to.
Pretty much.
Then that's my point.
But he won't fade into obscurity, because to me that tells me he's just going to go away. You'll never see him.
Okay, well maybe that was a bit drastic.
Now, he might drop out of the main picture.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they're ever going to seriously push him as a title contender.
I think they will, just not right now. There's too many other number one contenders that have a bigger draw.
Yeah.
So why would you put somebody that doesn't bring in as much draw compared to somebody who brings in 3, 4, 5 times the amount?
Because that's how you build new talents.
And that's true.
And that's how they're able to draw.
But not for WrestleMania.
No, not right now.
But for after today, yeah, put them in the mid-card, put them up against... Who would you put them up against?
Well, they could do him versus Balor if Balor wins the title.
Yeah, maybe him versus Mojo. If Mojo can get away from the mirror.
Yeah. He wasn't even in the Battle Royal, I don't think.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see his name.
I didn't either.
So you're going with Roman here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next we have Bobby Lashley versus Demon Finn Balor, which we got the official confirmation of on Monday when Bobby Lashley was doing an in-ring interview and outshowed the Demon Balor on the Titantron.
I do like how they transitioned from Finn to the Demon.
I didn't.
I mean, well, for what it was, I thought it was all right.
I thought it was hokey.
Well, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Personally, he should have just been in like the boiler room and just slowly risen up as the Demon.
Yeah.
Or come out on stage from underneath the stage as the Demon.
Yeah, because when you do it like that, it's just like it's production.
Yeah, you cut it and then he got his makeup on and then he kept recording.
Yeah. So, and then to make it worse, the Demon showed up and he stuck his tongue out and said, "What's up?"
And he pulled a Devon when he was up on when he's testifying.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I mean, I always think of
Scream.
Yeah, Scream. There you go.
Yeah.
But especially because he's the Demon and he has the face paint.
Or Scary Movie, I guess is what it was from.
Right. Yeah, it was a spoof. Yes. That's true.
Yeah, but that's what that's about what it looked like.
Yeah. Which, I mean, the movie Scream is actually probably just as funny as Scary Movie. I always like the one bit where the dude's just like, "Are you actually going to call my mom?
Yeah.
She's going to be so mad at me."
Good movie.
Yeah, good movie. We have supposedly Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio.
Question mark.
As we mentioned earlier, Rey Mysterio was injured on Raw, and he is, quote, praying that he will be able to compete at WrestleMania.
Have you looked at anything recent, like in the last couple hours, to see if there's anything on Rumor Roundup or Meltzer?
I have not, but we'll throw it in Google as we're talking.
I was looking for my phone.
If it does end up being Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio, I see no reason why Joe won't win. It's unfortunate for Andrade, who they've been building the match between him and Rey Mysterio, but Andrade just gets thrown in the Battle Royal. It doesn't look like there's much new. We'll check it out, though. I'm sure he's going to be a game-time decision.
I'm sitting here looking for my phone. It's sitting over here, right next to me.
What do you think about going with Rey versus Joe instead of doing a Rey versus Andrade match here? Yeah, so The status for Ray is still
I'd rather
unknown,
would have seen Andrade.
We'll see if this match does take place, but assuming that Joe will defend his title, I guess the prediction will be Joe versus whoever he defends
no matter who would have won. I know it's two heels, but it still would have been a good match.
No, Ray versus
no, he does make a good champion. He's got the build. He's got the attitude. He's got the skills.
Yeah, he just doesn't have
the booking,
the wins
in the position. They just need to book him better.
Yes,
but he does make a good heel, and a damn good. I mean, he can make a good heel champion.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially the mid card.
But it's the United States title, so he'll drop it within the next month, and then whoever he loses it to will drop it within the next 2 months.
At the next pay per view. I mean, it's one of those titles that changes almost every pay per view.
Yeah,
or close to it.
So we have Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. This should be a really fun match. I expect that this might be one of the better matches on the card.
I think this might be one of the openings, a possible opener match.
Yeah.
Just because the excitement will get the crowd going for the rest of the night.
Yeah. And so I do want to note that they blew through the RKO out of the phenomenal forearm spot on Tuesday. So you would be led to believe that they won't do that again in this match.
It kind of makes you think that, well, they did that on Tuesday, so Orton laid Styles out, so now Styles is going to lay Orton out and win.
Yes. Unless the spot that they're actually saving is AJ doing a springboard 450 into an RKO.
Which you mentioned yesterday on the road.
And which seems fairly impossible.
It's possible. I don't see it happening, but it's possible.
Well, if you do that, it would be like by the time Orton hooks him for the RKO, they're already going to be 2 inches from the ground.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Evan Bourne spot where he did the shooting star press.
Yeah.
And Orton's like still on his back as he's putting in the RKO.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's almost just not enough room.
Yeah. But I'm going to pick AJ to win this one.
Yeah.
Unless they plan on going forward with it. I don't know if...
I mean, they could actually make this a nice, long feud.
They could, and if they did, I would think Orton would win.
Because they haven't really done a whole lot, week to week. They really don't do a whole lot with it.
No.
They kind of tease you.
Yeah, they did the 2 interview segments this Tuesday. They did the KO show.
Yeah, which, I mean, besides that, the rest of it's just been attack here and run, attack here and run.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to me, that's how you set up a nice long feud.
Yeah.
If they were going to keep it quick, I think they would have had them battle out like every week.
Right.
So I don't know. I still pick Styles, but I think it's going to keep going after Mania.
Okay. If it keeps going, I like Orton to win the first match.
Well, no, wait a minute. Yeah. I'm also thinking, those shakeups coming too.
Yeah. So this could be the last match.
So, I mean, really, all these matches would be hard because there may not be a rematch or a feud after Mania.
Well, that's how Mania should be. It should be the closing mark.
Well, that's how it used to be. Everything closed at Mania, and the night after, they recollect and finish it up, and then the week after, they'd start everything new.
All right, so we're both going to go with AJ. I think that I think it's more likely that this will be a one-off match, and they'll both be doing different things.
And that could be, which is fine. I still want to see the match.
Yeah. So we have Shane McMahon versus The Miz in one of the better built matches of the show, simply because there is a simple story to follow, and you can go all the way back to the Saudi Arabia show to get the original build to this feud.
Yeah.
It's a long story and one that paid off in the right ways, and it's just in a show that does not have a lot of good storylines going into the show. This is one of the few that does.
Yeah, and there's so many ways this can go. You could have the simple, make Shane beats Miz, or Miz beats Shane.
Yep.
But you have Mr. Miz going to be there.
Right.
And, I have a feeling he might get involved.
Yeah.
Because of what happened with Shane.
Very possible.
Now, whether he gets involved for Shane or against Shane, that's the question.
I would assume that he would help Miz, but
You would assume.
I mean, unless they really want to swerve people.
But think about it,
And the idea of heel Mr. Miz alongside with Shane, and him saying that Shane is his new son, that would be fun.
Well, because, the whole part of the story was his dad never said he was proud of Miz, never said he loved him and all this good crap.
I can't say that wouldn't make sense.
So, I mean, I could see his dad being, oh, you lost the titles. You ain't no son of mine. This is my son. And, so I don't know. It could go either way. It's hard. It's going to be hard to pick one on that.
I have a theory.
But I'm gonna go with Miz.
So I have a theory.
Okay.
I think that this match. So we have heel Shane now. Yeah. So the question is, does heel Shane still jump off of really tall things?
It's WrestleMania. Any Shane would.
Yeah. But here's what I think is going to happen. I think that Shane might think of jumping off of something really tall, and maybe he's like going to climb it or something, but in the end it is actually Miz that jumps off of something really tall onto Shane. And the changing of the guard with babyface Miz jumping off of tall stuff
and it's got
and getting the win that way.
It's got to be noted, this is false count anywhere.
Yes, false count
disqualification.
Anywhere. And maybe that can play into, maybe Miz's dad can help him with that. Like, Shane is going to climb something, but then in comes Mr. Miz.
Okay, I can see that. It's just one of those that you don't know who to pick. But I'm still going to go with Miz because I think Shane I think they're finishing him up to get out of the ring. I don't mean permanent, but he's going to be like a Triple H. He'll wrestle a couple times a year.
Well, that's what he already does.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he did more this year.
But I don't think he'll be involved in a storyline going forward.
No. I mean, other than the McMahons being involved in everything.
Yeah.
But he won't be involved in a wrestling storyline.
Yeah, not like it has been.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go with Miz.
I am also going with the Miz. Next, we have Kurt Angle in his last match ever against Baron Corbin.
And I'd love to see Angle win just because it's his last match. Only because it's his last match. Other than that, I don't care about this match.
Yeah.
I don't care about Corbin and Angle. We've seen this.
Yeah. So, amidst all of the disappointment and backlash, they are still going forward with Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin, it seems.
I still think Cena should take Corbin out backstage and take his place.
We'll see.
I'm just saying that could be a way for him to do it.
It seems that by everything that's been reported that this match is just going to go through.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, from what was reported first, when he first announced Corbin as his opponent, as soon as he got back to Gorilla, Vince said that match isn't going to happen because of the overwhelming negative response from the WWE Universe, both in the arena and online.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think
I think their view on it now is that it's good heat for Corbin.
Corbin don't need any more heat. All he has to do is let his music play and he has heat.
I know.
But I still think, because we know Cena's going to be there. We know he's going to be involved in something. But what? And I think this would be perfect. Take Corbin out backstage. Take his place right before he comes out. That way Angle has no idea, Nobody has any idea. You just take him out. Corbin's music hits, and then it cuts off. And then Cena's music hits, and he comes out.
My thoughts on this are that Cena will not be involved at all, and Baron Corbin will win.
Okay. I mean, if he's not involved, then I have to.
Because heat.
If Cena's not involved, then I have to go with Corbin because there's no reason for him not to win.
So does that mean you are officially going with Corbin?
As of this match, Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin, yes.
Okay.
If it does turn into Cena versus Angle, I'm going with Cena. Because I think Angle would put him over.
Okay.
Even though he don't need it.
If it was Cena versus Angle, I think Angle would win.
Yeah, I mean, that could go either way because they both have so much mutual respect. And if you look at way back in the day, back in my day, when Cena debuted, Angle did put him over a bit.
Yeah.
So he might do it again. He may not.
Yeah, I would think with Cena in the position he's in that he would just give Kurt the good farewell match.
And that could be. That very well could be.
But it's not going to happen.
That's fantasy booking right there.
Corbin's going to win.
Our fantasy booking is better than their real booking.
We have Triple H versus Batista in the Give Me What I Want match. And this match all started, the build to this, when Batista attacked a 70-year-old man on his birthday.
But you got to put out there, it's Ric Flair.
Yes.
You can't just say a 70-year-old man, because that just sounds like he went to a retirement home and beat somebody up.
Yeah. So
it was backstage.
Yeah. And since then, we've had the Give Me What I Want promo.
Tell me what you want.
And then after that, Triple H announcing that he will put his career on the line in this match. It will be no holds barred.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good match.
I do expect that this will be fun.
I
think this will be a long match.
Yes. Well, it's Triple H. You know he's going to get the most time.
Yeah.
Except for the Battle Royals. This might be the longest match one-on-one.
Yeah, but, it'll be longer than the Battle Royals. The Battle Royals don't last that long.
Well, that's true. But, I mean, and I can see it going either way. Because I can see Triple H getting out of the ring. Because he's got a career. He doesn't need to be in the ring.
He doesn't need to. But
he wants to.
He will. And for that reason, Triple H will win.
And I agree. Because Batista wanted to go out on his own. He wanted to face Triple H. And Triple H has never beaten him one-on-one.
Yeah.
This will be the perfect end to Batista's career by losing to the one person that's never beaten him before.
Whether this is actually the end of Batista's wrestling career,
who
knows? But
he'll be back in like 5 years.
Obviously, he doesn't need to wrestle.
Oh, no.
But on the other hand, I think he still has a lot of love for wrestling. So,
well, I think that's undeniable, though. I mean, otherwise, why would he keep coming back?
Yeah.
Once you quit, you're like, well, screw it, I don't want to go back. But he keeps coming back.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go with Triple H.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've disagreed on any yet.
I think we have one.
I can't even remember. But next, we have Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston.
Oh, this is a given. This is Kofi all the way. I don't even need to say a word.
To give the backstory, this is really started when Mustafa Ali got injured and had to be taken out of the Elimination Chamber match. Kofi was inserted into the match, had the standout performance in the Gauntlet match on the Go Home show to the Elimination Chamber.
It really made everyone notice Kofi.
It was more like it made them remember Kofi.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's been with New Day for so long. He really doesn't get a chance to showcase what he can do on his own, except in the Royal Rumble, and that's just chaos.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, this was awesome.
Yes. This whole build has been enjoyable to go through. I
mean, I don't know about the whole build, but most of it.
Just the idea that Kofi's in this match.
Yeah, that's enough to make my day.
Yeah. Since then, Kofi came up just short at the Elimination Chamber. He was replaced in the Fastlane match by Vince McMahon during the contract signing. He had to earn his way in a gauntlet match, won the gauntlet match, and then was screwed over again, having to face Daniel Bryan and losing at the end of that gauntlet match. And then 2 weeks ago, the Big E and Xavier had to run the gauntlets, and they succeeded, and Vince McMahon just conceded and said that Kofi can have his match.
Yeah.
And so now we're here.
Yep.
And Kofi is winning.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's gone too much sensitivity or sensitive issues being thrown around that for it not to go his way.
Yeah. Unless they completely redo the Booker T versus Triple H storyline and Daniel Bryan just beats him and moves on.
But I can't see that.
I don't either. Kofi will win here.
And honestly, Daniel Bryan's kind of stale right now.
In a sense.
His attitude's cool. I like his new attitude. Going with the, eco-friendly everything.
Yeah.
Besides sitting in leather chairs. Other than that, his whole character is great, but they don't have anything going for him.
No. But I do want to say that Kofi will win, but if your hopes are for Kofi to win the title and remain champion for a significant period of time and stay in that title picture, then I've got some bad news for you. It's not going to happen.
Well, I may have to disagree with you. Just rumor, cage side seats is my Bible to wrestling. And they've reported that if Kofi wins, he could actually hold the title until SummerSlam. And then they're expected Orton to take it from him.
Yeah, that's 4 months.
Well, but how often?
But I don't think that he'll remain in that picture after that.
No. If they let him have it till
especially with SmackDown moving to Fox.
Well, that's why.
And then being pressured into drawing an audience and then being pressured into impressing them. I don't think Kofi is going to be the WWE champion going into there.
No, that's why they said at SummerSlam Orton would take it, because they see Orton more of the face of the company than Kofi.
Yeah.
And then, I'd be okay with that. Let him have it through the summer. Just give him the summer. He can say he's done it. And everybody can move on.
Now, if we go back to when the similarities drawn through this is when Daniel Bryan won the title at WrestleMania 30.
Can't believe it's been 5 years.
Yeah. And if you go back to there, do you remember the storyline that they had for Daniel Bryan after he won that title?
Nope.
He went against Kane. And Kane abducted his wife and all sorts of hokey, stupid stuff.
But that won't happen.
And completely drug him down.
But that won't happen because Kane's too busy being a mayor.
No, Kane's going to come back and he's going to face Kofi for the title.
at Mania, right? After he wins it? Then Kane comes out and challenges him right then?
No, in the build-up to the next pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
And hopefully it doesn't follow the same path that Bryan did and he gets injured.
Oh, I hope not. That would suck.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the other title match. We have Brock Lesnar defending against Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins won the Royal Rumble, and that is about all the build that this match has gotten.
Until Monday.
I think after the Royal Rumble, Brock laid out Seth with like 16 F5s. And then on this Monday, Rollins did what every conquering babyface does to Brock Lesnar. He kicked him in the balls.
The only other one that I can think of that's done it is The Undertaker.
No, there have been plenty others.
Oh, I meant recent.
And yeah, recently. But think
about how else you gonna? If you're Rollins and you weigh like 185 pounds, how are you gonna take down Brock Lesnar without kicking him in the nuts?
It's just so backwards to me.
I know. You expect that from a heel.
Yeah.
But
I feel bad for Lesnar. The only way anyone ever gets to him is kicking him in the balls.
No, not Finn Balor. He rammed him. He moved when rammed himself into the corner of the table. Yes. And from there, that's pretty much all.
He might have hit his balls on the table, though.
Well, that could be, but it wouldn't be anybody doing it but him.
Yeah, so.
As much as I want Rollins to win because I want the title back on Raw, I don't think it's going to happen.
So, as far as betting odds, Rollins is a slim favorite.
Really?
He's at minus 160, and Lesnar's at plus 120. So, if you bet on Lesnar, you're pretty much going to get even your money back.
As much as I want Rollins to win, I can't see all the baby faces winning titles.
Yeah.
They have to have a heel title holder.
So that's the theory, is that there are 3 happy moments for this show, is Becky winning, Kofi winning, and Rollins winning.
Yeah.
So the thought is that at least one of those won't happen.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think it's going to be this one. There's too much going on with the Becky situation for her not to win. And there's too much going into the Kofi situation.
Yeah.
There's been too much of a build on both sides for this to be the winner.
So I'm going to go against my gut feeling throughout this whole thing is that Lesnar would retain.
Yeah.
But I am going to go with Rollins.
Really?
I'm going to go with Rollins. I'm going to say a clean slate of babyface title wins. I think that for this show, they're going to do everything to send the crowd home happy.
I'm going to go with Lesnar. Now, given that that might be our only second one,
that might be our first.
It might be our first. Let's make this interesting.
Okay.
Let's put $10 on it.
$10 on Rollins versus Lesnar?
No. On the whole thing. On points.
Oh, on points.
Who wins the most predictions, you or me? $10.
Okay.
Something different. We got witnesses. Well, if they listen.
We'll just make it simpler. We'll just go to dinner with it or something. Pick up the dinner tab.
Yeah, there you go. So whoever wins the most buys dinner.
All right.
Sounds good to me. Cool.
Audio handshake.
Yeah.
We're locked in. Now I might regret picking Rollins.
I should have done this after we got through the predictions.
Yeah. All right. So we have Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte versus Becky Lynch for both the SmackDown and Raw Women's title. Winner takes all. And I do want to say if I think what they'll do for Becky's entrance, because they already have Joan Jett performing Ronda Rousey's theme.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember WrestleMania 27, The Miz versus John Cena, the entrance The Miz got? Where they played like the video package. It was Nas, Hate Me Now.
Oh, yeah.
And it had like the beginning with him on the real world and his climb to get to this moment.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to do something like that for Becky, and it'll be to Johnny Cash when the man comes around.
Oh.
And I would be more hyped than any video package ever for that one. If they don't use that song in some way, because they've used a lot of Johnny Cash songs in the past. Undertaker entered to one of his matches against Michaels, I think, to Ain't No Grave.
I mean, they could, and that's definitely would be a good one to use.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that'd be okay if they don't, but it'd be awesome if they did.
Yeah. I mean,
if they're going to bring in Joan Jett for Ronda Rousey, why not have somebody play Johnny Cash?
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't have him do it.
Obviously not. But
you can have a 3D
hologram. You don't have to have him there live to do it.
No.
And just have it in a video package form.
Yeah. I can see that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So we'll get into our I guess I was about to skip to the bonus questions, forgetting that we had to predict this match.
Well, I think we're both going with Becky on this one.
Yeah. And there's no way we can possibly recap the build to this match because we'd have to go through 15 arrests, 3 suspensions, some fines, Vince McMahon,
a couple windows,
Charlotte's, but we will say that the brawl they had on Monday was awesome.
Yes, it was,
and
especially after they were handcuffed.
And why they couldn't do stuff like that this whole time remains to be seen.
Yeah. It was a hell of a final build to the show.
Yeah. I had a feeling that Ronda might win this match, but once they announced that this would be the main event, they would be foolish to end with anything other than Becky Lynch holding the title up at the end of the show.
Do you realize what kind of riot's going to take place if anybody else wins?
It would be absolute blasphemy for them to do anything else.
It'd be egregious.
It would be egregious. Very much so.
I can't see them going with anybody else. Listen to just how they're introduced. Nobody gets a pop like Becky.
No. In fact, it's dwindled since the original ovations for Becky began.
Yeah, but you still compare that to Rousey and Charlotte, and they get booed.
Yeah, well, at this point, they're supposed to get booed. But
with Rousey, yeah. Because she flipped to heel, but Charlotte's just like on the fence.
No, Charlotte's a heel.
Is she on the heel technically?
She's definitely a heel.
But, I mean, with her, though, she was thrown in this match and didn't deserve it. She didn't need to be in it, in my opinion. And I think that's what a lot of people are pissy about.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
And
we're going to keep talking about it until Sunday.
It is worth noting that on the betting odds for this match, Becky is the heavy favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Ronda is at plus 300, so that's 3 times your money. And then Charlotte is at plus 1,000.
Oh, my God.
So that's 10 times your bets.
So you bet $100, and she wins, you get 1,000.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. Can I borrow $100?
If you want to waste it. Charlotte is not winning this match.
No. Becky's going to come out with both.
Like, that would be even worse than if Ronda won.
It would.
If Charlotte won.
And I actually like Rousey as a champion, though.
Yeah.
Because even though, she's a part-timer, she's more of a full-timer than any other part-timer is.
I don't even think she's been a part-timer.
Well, I mean...
Because
she doesn't do house shows, really. It's just TV, so that's why I mean part-timer.
Okay.
She's on TV only. She doesn't do the non-televised events.
Yeah. So she's a part-timer in the way that Randy Orton is a part-timer.
Yeah, which is fine. Because you know what? Who cares? If you're not going to the live events, you're not going to know.
Yeah.
But I like her because as the champion, she shows up. And she wrestles.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have to have somebody talk for her. She doesn't have to be the main event every time. She can do a tag match and be fine.
Yeah.
I just like how she shows up.
Well, with her possibly leaving after this show, if this is the last time we see her for a while, it's been fun.
It really has. I mean, even going all the way back to, God, what was that? WrestleMania 34. Or 33.
Do you mean her first match?
No, when she came in teamed with
The Rock. I think that was 31.
Was it 31? I didn't think it'd been that. I thought it was 32, 33.
I believe it's 31.
But even back then, I was excited.
Yeah.
And when she came in last year, I was excited. I'm still excited to see her, even as a heel. I don't know. She got me. She got me as a fan, as a wrestling fan. I don't care about MMA.
That's good. You've went back and forth on her.
I have, but I can finally say I'm a fan. No, I don't think she's gonna win, but I'm a fan of how they've used her.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else to really get into in that match.
No, we both chose Becky, and we both know it's going to be Becky.
Yeah. Which is how they'll pull the swerve on us.
Which, you never know with them. Who knows?
I do want to say my hopes are that Becky wins, and then on the Raw after Mania, we get a Shayna Baszler confrontation. She gets called up, and her first feud is against Becky for the title.
Now, with Rousey possibly leaving, or more like probably leaving,
yeah,
they're still talking about this 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen. But how can that happen if she's not there?
Well, they are discussing that they would set it up now and not pay off on it until Ronda comes back.
Maybe SummerSlam, she could come back for a special one-off.
Yeah, who knows?
I wouldn't mind seeing that, a 4-on-4 SummerSlam elimination match.
But I'm not really as enthused with the whole 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen as everyone else is.
I don't know anything about the other 4, so I really don't care. They just keep pushing it.
Well, Shayna is terrific. I think Shayna Baszler will be an absolute star.
Now, I've seen a couple of her matches. I don't watch NXT, but I do watch some of the takeovers.
Yeah.
And I've seen her in the tournament.
She's Brock Lesnar-esque, I would even say.
Yes. Yeah, she's the female Brock Lesnar. Without the tattoos or mouthpiece. Yeah. Like Heyman.
And the other two, though, Shafir and what's-her-face?
Yeah.
Neither of them are good.
Okay.
They're both still very new.
Okay.
Who knows if they'll ever get to be that good? But
they're all
if you talk to a lot of MMA fans, then they'll say that they only are relevant because they're friends with Ronda Rousey, and that's the only reason they were relevant in MMA, and that's the only reason they're relevant now. So I don't know. I haven't watched a ton of them.
But that could be a very good possibility.
Yeah.
Because if they're not that good, and they're just popular by association, it makes sense.
Yeah. So now we'll get into some bonus questions. And these bonus questions are probably going to be what decides this bet.
It very well could be,
considering we only disagreed on one match. I think. So the first one we have is who will interrupt Elias?
I'm
assuming someone does. I mean, you could pick no one, but I would not recommend it.
I don't think he's ever had anybody not interrupt him.
And just so it's said, this is Elias is the headlining musical performance. So I assume he'll actually get a good amount of time to perform.
Well, I was going to say, is he going to do like a song and then come back later and do another song? Just kind of spread it out throughout the night?
Maybe.
Because they've done that before.
But I guess the question will be who will interrupt Elias first? Who will be the first one to interrupt him if there is more than one?
I really can't say. I'm going to go with what was reported as a rumor. And because I could actually see it possibly happening. And that would be The Undertaker.
Yep.
Because he'd come, and what this is just what's reported, it's rumor, no fact. But he's rumored to interrupt, tombstone him, and walk away. And that's it.
And that's unclear if it will happen or not.
Yeah, unclear, just rumor.
If Undertaker will even be on the show.
That's true. But being Mania, I can't see him not even showing up.
I think Undertaker is going to turn into the, instead of appearing at WrestleMania every year, he'll just appear at Saudi Arabia every year. Because that's where the money's at.
Well, there's a lot of money at Mania, too. You gotta admit, there's gotta be a lot of money there for him.
I'm sure there is. But I think he wants to limit himself at this point.
You can't limit yourself to much more. I mean, damn.
Well, I mean, I would argue that this is still too much.
3 matches a year is too much. That's all he had last year.
He shouldn't have any matches.
Well, I mean,
he has no business being in that ring.
And that's why I still say it should be Sting versus Undertaker for one match, final retirement match for everybody.
You just want Sting to die. Is what you want to happen.
I want to see my favorites from both WCW and WWE go at it.
Yep.
Battle of the brands. Forget the Monday Night Wars. This is
But you already had that with Sting versus Triple H.
Yeah, but that's not because
that's when they should have done Sting versus Undertaker.
Exactly. That's exactly when they should have done it, and they did. They screwed the pooch, and because of that, he got hurt, and he can't do it again.
Yep.
But he has said he'd come out of retirement just for the Undertaker.
But the question is would WWE allow him to perform?
I think they would if he'd signed a waiver saying that he understands he's hurt and he could get hurt even more, but he doesn't hold the company responsible.
Yeah,
and
but that's still...
look, he's going against Taker. It's not like there's going to be any high-risk moves.
No. It's still... I don't know.
I mean, it's not going to happen, but I'd still want to see it. I don't care if they're coming out in walkers and wheelchairs. I want to see it.
All right. So, you have Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go a little out there on my prediction.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that Hulk Hogan will interrupt Elias.
That's not where I thought you were going.
Where did you think?
Gronkowski.
Oh, that could happen.
Being Mania, and then he did retire.
Yeah.
I could see that.
But Hulk Hogan is known to be in town, and he will be inducting Brutus the Barber Beefcake into the Hall of Fame the night before.
So he will be there.
So I'm going to say, and maybe they have other people come out, Stone Cold, The Rock, whoever else. But I'm going to say that Hulk Hogan interrupts Elias. And Twitter will be mad.
Yeah.
What match will open the show?
Pre-show or main show?
The main show, of course.
Sorry, but I just want to specify for the people.
Yes.
I know we specify. So who's going to open the main show? Well, like I mentioned earlier, I think Styles and Orton can be a good opener.
Yep.
Because you got to look, the pre-show's 2 hours long, and you're going to end the pre-show with a women's battle royal that most people don't care about.
Yep.
So the crowd is already going to be tall. You need something that's going to get them going, get the energy flowing, and get them excited again. And that's going to be Orton and Styles.
I can see that one. I am going to go with Shane McMahon versus The Miz.
You think that would open it?
I think they're going to open with that high spot match.
Now I could
Falls count anywhere.
I could see the Revival and Zack and Ryder opening.
Oh, you know what? We forgot to predict that.
Yeah, we did because it was a new match.
But I'm going with Hawkins and Ryder.
That's what I was going with.
Okay.
But I could see that opening the match just to get the show going on a good note. The good guys win. People are excited.
Yeah.
But if they win, that's going to make it 4-4 for faces.
We'll see.
With the Usos winning.
Yeah. I don't know. But I'm going to go with Miz and Shane. I think that will be a fine opening match, having the all sorts of weapons and all around the arena. I think that'll be a fun match to open the show with.
Yeah. I'm just glad they're not going to close the show with it.
All right. Who will be pinned or submitted in the women's triple threat main event match?
Flair.
You're going to go with Charlotte.
I can't see him pinning or submitting Rousey.
Okay.
I think they're going to try and protect her, even though she's going to lose. They're going to still protect her from taking the loss.
I think with Rousey leaving and Becky being the new champion, it should be Ronda that puts over Becky, and I'm going to go with Ronda.
Really?
I think that to really have the changing of the guard and have it be just that much more momentum for Becky, I think that Becky will and should beat Ronda Rousey.
Okay. So now we disagreed on a couple of the bonus
all
questions.
Of them, really.
Yeah.
And this one was specifically requested by you.
Yes.
It's your favorite topic. How many matches will end in a roll-up?
I'm going to say 2.
You're going to go all the way to 2.
I'm going to say 2 matches will end on a roll-up.
That is a bold prediction
now, when I say
WrestleMania.
Yes, it is. But when I say roll-up, I want to specify it's not just a simple roll-up. It's anything that's
sort of
similar to a roll-up.
A jackknife cover, inside cradle.
Anything where they're able to lift their shoulders because there's no weight on them, but they don't. That's a roll-up.
A sunset flip, a schoolboy.
Yeah. Unless it's like that sunset flip powerbomb that Mysterio does.
Yeah,
that's different. But a roll-up, to me, is anything that really there's nothing holding them down.
It's a pin that is not
a pin.
that is not after a move.
Yeah.
The move is the roll-up.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go with 0.
Really?
I don't see any reason why they should end a WrestleMania match with a damn roll-up.
Well, why would they end any of the matches with a damn roll-up all the time?
If they do it with any, maybe it'll be Corbin and Angle. But other than that, all of these matches should be clean and concisive.
Well, I mean, that would be clean and concisive. It's just
in a way.
A crappy pin. But I could also see the revival in Zack and Ryder with Zack and Ryder getting a roll-up.
That could happen.
For a quick win.
I'm surprised you're going with 2 and not 1, though.
Well, just the way
I feel like 2 is too much. Like, I could see 1.
I would say you're right, but with so many matches...
16.
16.
So you're saying that...
I'm saying an 1/8 of them.
And an 1/8 of these matches will end in a roll-up.
Yes. Because that's a lot of matches. And, I mean, they can't go a week without doing
And really, 2 of them are Battle Royal. So you're saying a 7th of them.
Okay,
will end in roll-ups.
But still, they can't even go through 1 week of Raw and SmackDown without at least 2 roll-up wins.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with 2.
All right, next we have what match will be the shortest?
Oh, God.
And I think the leading contenders for this are Hawkins and Ryder versus The Revival.
That's going to be a quick one.
I think Corbin versus Angle is up there.
Maybe.
The pre-show matches, I assume, will each be around 10 minutes.
Oh, are we counting pre-show?
It'll be anything on the show.
Well, there's not much on the pre-show.
You have the 2 Battle Royals and Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. And I'm sure Tony Nese and
I thought the men's Battle Royal was on the main event now.
No, they're both on the pre-show.
Okay. Maybe I heard wrong.
Well, let me look at Wikipedia real quick.
Unless things have changed, but I thought they said the women's Battle Royal was pre-show.
The Women's Battle Royal, Andre the Giant Battle Royal, Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. Those are your 3 pre-show matches.
So it's been changed since last time I saw.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first this time.
I'm going to go with Angle versus Corbin as the shortest match of the show.
Really? Angle versus Corbin, huh?
And for that prediction, if the match ends up being something other than Angle versus Corbin, Angle versus whoever will take the place of my prediction.
Okay. So
whatever match Angle is in, I assume it'll be against Baron Corbin. That will be my prediction.
God, I mean, I'm looking at the card right now, and honestly, that's the only one that seems.
Well, you mentioned the Revival versus Hawkins and Ryder could be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one just because there's no build to it. The Revival has lost so much lately, and so I'm gonna go with that one. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the roll-up match too.
Yeah, and I believe this is our last one. It is. What match will be the longest in time, bell to bell?
Triple H is up there.
He's always up there.
Shane McMahon is up there. Not quite as far, but he's up there too. Even with the Battle Royals.
Joe versus Mysterio is one I kind of left out that could be really short if it does happen.
Yeah, because we don't know the status of Mysterio.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I didn't mention it, because if they get somebody that's not hurt, it could go a little bit.
Right.
But
we didn't predict this match either.
Do it.
We didn't predict this match.
Oh, no. Did you even have that written down?
I thought I had it written down, but I guess we skipped it.
I didn't even see it on the...
Yeah, the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Match, the Boston Hug Connection versus Beth and Natty versus the Iconics versus Jax and Tamina.
I'm going, and I know I'm probably going to get this one wrong, but I'm going with Beth and Natty.
All right. I'm going to go with Bayley and Banks retaining.
I can't see them bringing Beth out of retirement to lose.
Make sure we didn't miss any other ones.
This is
but you go on with what will be the longest match.
Yeah, between all of them, I really think Triple H is going to be the longest.
I don't think we actually predicted Balor versus Lashley. I think we kind of skipped over it. But I think we both have Balor.
Yeah. I thought we did that, but maybe not.
We talked about it, but I feel like we didn't actually say
what was going to happen. It could be. We get sidetracked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Triple H and Batista for the longest.
Okay.
I can't see any others going that long because Triple H is the boss.
I thought about that one. I'm going to say that the main event triple threat will go the longest.
You see, we talked about it before we started recording. I said it's going to be...
It's going to be one of those two, I think. And I think it'll be... I think both of them will be over 30 minutes. And I think we might be splitting hairs in a few seconds or a few minutes on which one is actually longer.
So it might be one of those we're going to have to look up exact bell-to-bell times.
Yeah, and Wikipedia puts them up right after the show.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
when we do our show, are we going to do our show on the way home?
That's what I'm assuming we'll do, since we'll have like 5 hours to sleep before we have to go on the road.
I'm not going to leave till checkout time.
Yeah.
There's no reason to rush home.
Yeah.
So we'll get home at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, but
yep,
that'll be all right. We'll do our show on the way home, so we'll be able to. That's going to be the hell of a show, on the road home from WrestleMania.
It's going to be a hell of a review. We might have trouble staying in the 3-hour mark just for the review.
Yeah, but
considering this will be an 8-hour show,
if we're lucky. Yeah. You'd think if it goes over 8 hours, they'd buy everybody a hot dog. Really.
Yeah.
Buy them a hot dog and a drink. They spent this kind of money going there and buying tickets. You can at least give them a damn hot dog and a drink for sitting on their ass for 8+ hours. Have a heart. Yeah. We have stomachs.
So, those are all our predictions. I do want to mention, I kind of alluded to this earlier, is that the one thing I am disappointed with is the lack of storylines going into this show.
There really isn't.
And I realized that there were a lot of injuries that forced hands and things to go differently than what they may have been planned.
Yes.
With Roman Reigns being sick and all sorts of other things.
Oh, Roman, Ali getting hurt.
Dean announcing that he's going to leave. I'm sure changed things.
Still weird how they announced it 4 months early, though.
Yeah, and it looks like it's very true.
It really does, and it sucks because I love Ambrose.
It sucks, but it'll be fun when we see him in AEW.
Yeah, because you know that's where he's going.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other place I think he'd fit in but AEW.
But it really brings attention to a larger issue, I think, is that WWE today has just lost its ability to tell stories.
They have. I mean...
And that's really what wrestling is all about.
Yeah, you're supposed to be telling the story in the ring, and we don't have stories anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you might find part of a story here and there, but, it's all like the Kofi. It's the underdog story.
Yeah.
That has a story.
Yes.
That's it.
And then the Shane and Miz thing has a storyline.
Yeah, that has a story.
And I think that's really all of the matches that have a storyline that you can get into.
Triple H and Batista has a story, but at the same time it doesn't, because there's no story going up to it.
Yeah. And not really anything else. AJ and Randy kind of has a storyline, but it's a simple one.
That's just a simple build-up.
Yeah. It's basic, but they haven't done anything stupid either, so at least there's that.
But, at least, like, the triple threat, the women's triple threat has a story.
Yeah, but it's completely been convoluted and overbooked.
Yeah, I'm not saying it has it, but it has a story.
It tried to.
Yeah, and especially with how Raw ended, that to me, that helped.
It would be like reading a book backwards.
Yeah.
That story.
Yeah, that's true.
But nonetheless, man, we are excited to be at this show live on Sunday. This is only the third time that I've been to a WWE show live at all.
Really? That's it?
And it'll be my first WrestleMania. It'll be your first WrestleMania.
Yeah, I've been to, I went to, I think it was Unforgiven.
Yeah.
Back in the early 2000s. And then I went to a couple house shows back in the early 90s. When Ric Flair and Steamboat were still battling,
right,
and Arn Anderson was still in the ring.
So you did see a Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat match live.
Oh, yeah. I actually still have pictures.
Which is known as one of the best trilogies of all time.
Yeah, and I've got pictures of the match. I've got pictures of Steamboat shooting the fire. It was good. Even though I was only like 11, 12 years old, it was good. And I still remember it.
Yeah. So, we'll be back on Monday for our review of this show.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I'd like to say that we'll come back Sunday night and record one right away, but it's more likely that we'll do it on the way back home.
Well, considering we won't even be home Sunday night, it'll be more Monday morning.
Yeah.
I just don't see us doing a show after.
Unless we somehow manage to get home quickly, then still have enough time to get a good amount of sleep.
That's pushing it.
Yeah.
Because, I don't think we'll be back much before 2 o'clock in the morning.
Probably not.
And I'm sorry, I can't drive another 12 hours with 2 hours sleep.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. But that is all that we have for you today. We greatly appreciate you sticking around with us. This has been... What is this? Since we started in August, this would be like 7 months now?
We're sitting at just over 6.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. We started the last week of August. September, October, February, March. So just over about 7 months in a week.
Yeah. So, been fun doing the show. This will be the first time that we'll review a WrestleMania. It'll be the first time we're at a WrestleMania.
The first event we've gone to together.
It will be the first event we've gone to together.
I know you've gone to a couple in Greensboro.
Yeah.
But
we're living with each other for the next 3 days.
Which is cool because we get along so well.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
All we do is talk about wrestling.
That's pretty much it.
The only difference is that now we have a mic in front of us.
Yeah. So, really, this is our daily conversation.
Yeah.
Whether we're at work, off the clock, or on the computer, we're talking wrestling.
Yeah. We'll see if by the time we go home that we hate each other yet. But been fun.
Yes, I don't think it'll get that far. I'll just kick you out the room for a couple hours. Here, you're in timeout.
I think Chris was mad at me for almost killing him, though.
Almost killing me?
Yeah. because I left my shoes on the ground.
Oh, God, yeah. You about made my ass trip in the middle of the dark. right between the two beds, and there's your shoes. And I almost saw my head print on the damn carpet. And then I get around your bed to get to the bathroom. Oh, there's a suitcase in the way. Like an obstacle course, man.
The old man obstacle course.
Yeah, man, I think I broke 2 hips and fractured a third.
Oh, man, the third.
Yeah, I'm special like that.
If you guys enjoyed what you heard, subscribe, do 5-star reviews on iTunes, check out our YouTube channel. I'm sure I'll post some clips of this on the channel throughout the weekends.
Really? You going to post clips of this one?
Yeah, before the show starts, we'll try to get some of them out on the YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Try and get let people listen to it before tomorrow or before Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll give you something to do tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, guys. Sign us off, Chris.
All right. Until, probably Monday. We'll wrestle you later.